Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Halloween Horror Nights 32 construction update. I'm here at Universal Studios, Florida. It does look like I have a storm rolling in, so I may have to kind of pause between scare zones, but I'm here to check out each of the scare zones. A lot has happened since our last video update. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. You got the notification turned on so you don't miss any of our Halloween Horror Nights 32 update videos. If you're returning, welcome back. So without further ado, let's get going. All right, I'm going to start here in Production Central, and this is going to be home to Dr. Oddfellow's collection of oddities. All right, we're going to start here in Production Central, and this is going to be home of Dr. Oddfellow's collection of horrors. And as you can see, they have a structure up here a lot further up this way than it has been years past. Normally, it's up there by in between Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, and the new Minion Blast attraction, but they moved it up further this year. I'm guessing that this is going to be the Halloween Horror Nights entry signage that we've seen years past. It is much lower, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, another thing that kind of gives me the vibe that they're going to be moving this scare zone up away from the new Minion Land area this year are these two light towers right here. All the lights are kind of pointing down there towards that center. So if you guys remember last year, the Pumpkin Lord was pretty much right here where the Minion Land sign is now. So I'm guessing they're going to kind of shift things further this way this year with this scare zone and kind of put it out here in front of the main gift shop. Because like I said, the structure is over here. And over here are these two light poles, and the lights on them are kind of pointing down in this general area. So we'll have to wait and see. Perhaps this is where Oddfellow will be. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm swinging over to the Jurassic Park tribute store really quick because recently this little piece of paper that's been in here has been exposed a little bit more. And as you can see, it is confirming that the tribute store for Halloween Horror Nights is coming back to the New York section of the park this year. All right, the storm has mostly cleared. So I'm going to kind of make my way back out here and continue our HHN 32 updates. We are now over here in... All right, the storm has passed, and we are now over here in the Hollywood section of Universal Studios Florida, checking out the Dark Zodiac Scare Zone. Not much to see here. We have a few little prop pieces over here, stage that has been built with some symbols on it. So there's that, and then there's another one down here which we will go check out in just a second. Like I said, not much else to see here in Hollywood yet. There's always a big kind of a centerpiece to this scare zone every year, and they usually bring that out at last minute, and it's not out here yet, mainly to keep probably the midways open and everything. So we'll have to wait and see what else they add. But as we get down here towards the end of the scare zone, once again, this is the Dark Zodiac Scare Zone. There is another structure over here. This sign, in the words of what's that Asian lady that does like the home organization, Marie Kondo, this sign sparks joy. So but here's a look at this other stage platform here in the Dark Zodiac Scare Zone. I'm gonna kind of show it to you guys, but that's about it. Just these two platforms in the Dark Zodiac Scare Zone so far. We'll have to see what else they add as the weeks come by. It's coming by quick, so we will see. And obviously, we will keep you guys updated. All right, up next is the Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror Scare Zone here in Central Park. A lot has been added to this scare zone since the last time we were here. Probably the most out of any of the scare zones. I think this in New York have had the most added. So here's a look at the entrance to the scare zone. This massive structure all covered in moss up here. Really cool looking. So surely something's gonna go on up here at the front of the scare zone. And then there's another pillar over here. So let's go see what else we can find in here. And it also looks like we'll be getting the Day of the Dead bar back at Halloween Horror Nights 32 as the
facade for the bar has been put up. Here's a look at that with its bright orange paint job. And then there's also this mural, or this facade up around the fountain over here as well. So it looks like we'll be getting that back this year as well. All right, we're back here in Central Park, and look, can you smell it already? The fog machines are out. I can smell it already. But let's continue on here in the Jungle of Doom scare zone. Got this interesting structure up over here. Some kind of little structure with like these turtle shell looking things on it. I'm guessing this is going to be a place for scare actors to hide behind, or got some palm trees over here to kind of keep the jungle vibe going. Some more trees over here. And I don't know if you remember, if you watched our last HHN32 update, but this really weird structure was here. Well, now we know what it is. It was for a giant plane that looks like it had crashed here in the jungle. Looks like it says Universal Airways on it here on the bottom of the, alongside of the airplane. So that's really cool looking. Here's the other side of it. So got some boxes over here, some crates. And this is probably the coolest thing to come out of this scare zone so far. We have giant bats hanging up above the scare zone. How cool is that? There's a few more down here that I'll get a better shot of, but we have giant bats, but lots of crates, more crates, more crates, lots and lots of crates and boxes in this scare zone. Not a lot of big structures, a very minimalistic scare zone with kind of boxes for scare actors to hide behind. But here's a look at the bats. You can kind of see their creepy eyes hanging upside down here. Really, really cool looking bats. I bet you they'll be even more cool looking when this scare zone is rocking and rolling at night with lighting and everything. So, all right, we're at the end here. Another one of those kind of almost like a half boat looking structure. I don't know if, it looks like there's an area for scare actors to get in back there. So we'll have to wait and see how this is utilized. This is a really interesting structure. So, but that about wraps it up here for the Jungle of Doom scare zone. You have a couple pieces of rock work over here covered in vines, and another fog machine. So, all right, let's keep on trucking here and go check out some other scare zones. Not much to report over here next to Lombard's, kind of as you're coming into San Francisco, right here across from King's Cross Station, with what we're guessing is going to be another bar here. Just some of these stanchions are kind of have been moved around, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. We are now heading into San Francisco, into the Shipyard 32 Horrors Unhinged scare zone. Not a whole lot going on here, but there are a few things which we'll kind of go over. This structure over here, which kind of gives a, kind of looks like a buoy, going with the nautical theme here, has been installed over here. Nothing on this giant curved shape scaffolding structure yet. Some crates have been installed over here. Some different colored crates. There's that sign again. We'd love to see it. And then over here, looks like some sort of a cage has been installed with metal bars over here, and some more theming structures. This giant, I don't know what this thing is, some kind of storage cube or something, I don't know, has been installed. But yeah,
that's about it for the Shipyard Scare Zone over here in San Francisco. So we'll have to wait and see what else we get here. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna head on down to New York, which is probably the other scare zone that's seen the most progress, is the Vamp 69 Summer of Blood Scare Zone. So we're gonna check that out and then probably wrap this video up. So let's get going. All right, we are now in New York and we are checking out the Vamp 69 Summer of Blood Scare Zone. And first thing I noticed were these Summer Music Fest banners. It says New York 3 Days of Love and Music, and that's featuring all the different bands. But these banners have been installed throughout the New York section. You can see some more over there, over by Finnegan's. But these have recently been installed. I was looking at the banners closer, and if you look closely, you can see Dr. Oddfellow's symbol right there in each of the posters. Apparently his logo is kind of hidden throughout all the scare zones because they're kind of all tied together. But this is the first time I've seen it on any sort of artwork or anything. Now, if you listen to the Discover Universal podcast episodes, lots of really cool insider information on that podcast. I highly suggest you guys check it out. They go into detail about each of the scare zones this year. And with this being a music fest, they said that there's going to be shops. There's going to be shops and, you know, it's a music fest. So there's going to be merchandise booths and that sort of thing. And I'm guessing that's what this structure is going to be. Looks like some sort of concession stand or something. So, and another fog machine. And another Pardon Our Dust sign. 'Tis the season, folks. As I was saying, the Discover Universal podcast dropped several Halloween Horror Nights related episodes when they made the big announcement drop with all the houses and all the scare zones. And the Vamp 69 Summer of Blood section of the podcast actually takes place in this bus. So yes, the infamous Halloween Horror Nights bus. Which this bus, if this is the same bus, has been featured in several scare zones years past, from Walking Dead to several others. So, but it has received a hippie-themed paint job for the Music Fest 69 scare zone this year, and looks fantastic. But it has been installed here in the New York section, ready for the Vamp 69 scare zone. All right, continuing down into the Vamp 69 Summer of Blood Scare Zone. Looks like we have another, looks like it'll be some kind of concession stand. There'll probably be all sorts of bloody victims inside there or something, similar to the one that was down there as well. So that's there. And then we're gonna head down on into this new stage area, which we'll check out here in just a second. All right, here's a closer look at the Music Fest 69 stage, which has received a lot of theming since our last update. I think our last video, it was literally just a scaffolding structure, but there's the entire front of the stage has been updated with this Music Fest 69 artwork. And now there's all sorts of instruments, guitars, got some bongo drums there in the background, some tambourines, some carpets have been added, some clothing, some tie-dyed, looks like clothing, t-shirts or something have been added. Looks like some beer cans back there, if you can see them. So a lot of theming has been added to the Vamp 69 Summer of Blood stage here. From what I can tell, that's about it. So really, really cool looking. I'm really looking forward to this scare zone to come alive with the bus and everything. It looks like it should be a really, really cool scare zone this year. Alrighty guys, that's it here from Universal Studios Florida, and a quick Halloween Horror Nights 32 construction update on the scare zones. A lot more has been done. We only have I'm not going to do the exact math here in my mouth, under a month to go. 2 Halloween Horror Nights 32. So as always, make sure you guys have it locked right here to Thrill Geek across all of our social media platforms, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm still calling it Twitter. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We are on Instagram Threads. We're on TikTok. We're on everything. Just search Thrill Geek, and there's a good chance we will be there. Mainly right here on our YouTube channel, where you will see all of our
Halloween Horror Nights 32 updates posted here to our YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. You have the notification bell turned on, all that stuff, so you don't miss another Halloween Horror Nights 32 update. As the weeks get closer here, we're getting there. So anyways, guys, we appreciate you guys watching. As always, take care, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.